Kia ora koutou. Welcome to another edition of the Hot Air Sports Podcast with me, Macca, and my good mate Mahona. How are you today, boy?
Oh, I'm okay, mate. All my team's losing over the weekend. Cheers me up, you know. No, Liverpool had a win, didn't we? Liverpool
We
had a
did.
win. All my other teams just so useless, mate. So useless. But I think you've put me off a little bit here today. There's a few things different. First of all, it's a Monday morning. We don't usually do this on a Monday morning, do we?
No, we don't. No, we
So that's
don't.
sort of throwing me for six. I'm usually a little bit moody on a Monday, so apologies to any watchers or listeners if I'm feeling a little bit grumpy today. And secondly, look at that background. Look at that background. That looks awesome with
Oh, you
you.
trying to up the professionalism, mate. Try and improve for our three or four watchers and
I
all the
love it. I
listeners.
love it. And also, you're coming through quite clearly today.
Oh,
A
it's
little
my
bit
new Blue Yeti microphone.
Blue Yeti. What,
Yes,
what's a Blue Yeti, mate? A
it's
microphone.
a microphone. Yeah,
Oh, we're giving them some sponsorship, are we? Are they feathering us, or
yeah.
what's going on?
Thanks to the good people at JB Hi-Fi.
There you go.
They helped me out with a
A Blue
fine
Yeti.
microphone.
Okay, well, hopefully we don't have to search too far for the Yeti, mate. We've got you and me talking sport on a Monday morning, and there's so much going on in this world. What are we going to start with?
Well, yes, let's just touch on our interview we did a couple of weeks ago with
Oh yeah,
Tony Chilblain. It was a magnificent chat with the chiller,
it
and
was.
we may have some really good guests lined up for future interviews. So we're going to be pumping those out this year, and
Totally doing our
but we'll
best.
still pop up with the odd little wrap up of what's going on in the sporting world. And as I posted to Facebook on Saturday night, that the Saturday just gone was the last Saturday
Mm.
until the end of October where
Mm.
there's no baseball.
Okay, so we're going to have to put up with you for we've got a couple of weeks grace, and then it's into the baseball.
Yep.
Can't wait for the baseball. Baseball's on like sort of 9.5 months a year, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, spring training has started,
Yep.
but spring training games start on Saturday.
Yep.
Um, and so basically, yeah, the games go through, they do about 6 weeks worth of games, and then the season will start end of March, beginning of April, and go right through to the end of the World Series, which sometimes goes into November.
Well, we'll have to have a preview as well, like we did last year.
I'll definitely get Jeremy on board
Yep.
and do a preview. And yeah, so exciting that the baseball's about to start again.
And how are you feeling about your team, the mighty New York Yankees, mate? How are they going to go this year? I know you've been whinging and moaning to me a little bit about their recruitment and their management of the team. What are you thinking?
Well, they don't call them the run it back Yankees for nothing, because they've virtually got the same team as they did last year. The
Okay.
only major signing was re-signing Cody Bellinger to
Which
a 5-year deal, which
which is a
is
good signing.
it is a good sign, a very
Yeah,
good
he's a good
signing.
player.
And if unless you're the Mets or the Dodgers, just about no other teams hardly made any moves. I think the Dodgers have signed another $700 million worth of players, and
Yeah, just sign everyone.
the Mets have pretty much done the same.
Yeah.
Um, and I think the Red Sox have spent a bit of money too. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, and we'll go through all those player changes when we get Jeremy on board in a few weeks' time after the spring training games have started in earnest. So
Awesome. Awesome. Look
it's all
forward to it.
go. But yeah, I
What'd you
think
watch over?
we normally start with football. So
Okay.
why change the habit of a lifetime?
Okay. Let's start with
Liverpool had
football.
a good win in the FA Cup. They're through to the fifth round.
Yeah, we've had a few good
Got
wins actually, haven't we, lately?
got past Brighton fairly easily.
Yep.
Played well too. Um, never Brighton never really threatened, although Danny Welbeck, who is their leading goal scorer this year, sat on the bench for the whole game.
Mm.
Didn't come on.
Kirkies was
And
awesome.
yeah, Kirky's had a great game, probably his
Yeah,
best game he's had in a Liverpool shirt. But he
yep.
has been improving
He has.
um, every week,
Yep.
and I think the team is slowly starting to improve. But what I am going to say is there's a number of different Liverpool Facebook sites that I'm sure you follow too.
Yep.
Some of them are looking at it realistically.
Yep.
Others are looking at it pretty fanciful and maybe even nursery rhyme status. Hunter Slot's our manager. We can't criticize our manager,
Get behind the
and we
team.
can't we can't criticize our players.
No,
Get behind the team. If you're
we
not interested in getting behind the team, just
get
go
out.
away.
Yeah, yeah. We're not a second club, is the other thing you hear all the time. I think we are. We're the
I
same as
think we
every
might
other
be.
club. We sacked Kenny Dalglish, mate. You know,
Yeah.
twice. I mean, well, we left once, but the
We
second
sacked
time,
Roy Hodgson.
we sacked everyone. We sacked Brendan Rodgers. We sack everyone, mate. Klopp's the only one that hasn't been sacked. And I mean, okay, look. Um, we just have to get to the slot thing. He's taken a lot of arrows this year, and I think some of them fairly. I really
Yep.
think he doesn't make his life any easier by some of the things he says in the press conferences and stuff. He's been quite bizarre with some of his comments in regards to, oh well, when I arrived here, we were in the Europa League and stuff like that. I was just like, well, why is that relevant to what we're saying? His treatment of some of the younger players, I think, and some of the fringe players has been questionable, to be kind.
It was
to,
quite an ironic cheer at Anfield again in the Brighton game when Calvin Ramsey came on,
yeah,
even though it was
exactly.
in the 89th minute.
The thing is, he was asked about Calvin Ramsey before the game, and he's just like, "No, I'm not going to play. I've played everyone else there. I'll play everyone else before him." It's like, why do you need to say that? Why don't you just say, "Yes, he's a valuable member of the squad, and he'll be considered"? Instead, he sort of
Yeah.
makes him out. It's like, I don't know. If I was the player, I would just feel so gutted. He says he's only
Mm.
played five right backs there. Actually, no, you played six there because Calvin Ramsey played a half of football for you earlier in the season.
He played a whole
And
game, didn't he?
yeah, I don't know. Look,
Yeah.
I just think some of the things that he says, he doesn't do himself any favors. Although, to be fair, he has sort of slightly turned the corner in regards to the form of the team. I just think, for me, the sum of the parts aren't quite. I think the players are doing it more themselves than the coaching of the side. I think the individual parts of the team are slowly getting there, but I don't think that's any giving any credit to Slot for actually putting them in the right places and playing the right systems. And although, yeah, like I say, the results are improving. We're playing better football.
Yep.
Hey, but I just can't see him at the. And there was that sit down, wasn't there, with Richard Hughes and Edwards earlier in the week, or a week or so ago, where they sat
Yeah.
around the table. But that was just for sponsorship, if you ask me.
Oh,
I
of
mean,
course
look,
it was.
I
And that
just
was filmed back in January,
there you
even though it
go.
was only just released a
Yeah.
few weeks ago.
So I really didn't read too much into that anyway. I thought it was a bit of a puff piece. I think that I genuinely think, with the way that we've gone this year, you just can't keep him, especially if there's other options available, like Javi Alonso or whoever, to come along and maybe do a better job next year. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not slagging him off. I'm not. I'm not. I don't think slot out is the way to go. I've never once before, even when Roy Hodgson was at our club, and I didn't want. That was the only time I've ever wanted a manager of ours out. And
Yeah.
even when he lost his job, I didn't celebrate it. I was just like, okay, good. Is that a
I did.
celebration? I wasn't massively over the moon. I just want what's right for Liverpool Football Club, and I want us to succeed in every way we can. And I just think that Slot sort of held us back a little bit this year. I really do.
He's sitting he's trying to play too much of a Dutch style in a Premier League that is way quicker than any other league in the world. The
Mm.
way it's played, it's bang, 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 and when we do play the ball quickly,
Oh,
like
we look great,
we
don't we?
have been doing lately, we just look fantastic.
Yeah.
And the goal that Szoboszlai scored yesterday, um, long ball out from can't remember.
Yeah.
Um, Mo, one touch,
Mm.
just let the ball come
Yeah.
onto his right
Come on.
foot,
Bang.
laid it off beautifully for Szoboszlai to
Yep.
absolutely slam in the back of the goal. And that was just fantastic to watch.
Yeah.
Just fantastic.
Like earlier, like Klopp's Liverpool, really, bam, bam, bam,
Mm,
like beautifully fast counter-attacking. He modified that style last year, and this year I just think he's gone completely away from a lot of
yeah.
that. I mean, in a lot of games, he's got Szoboszlai for a start, for an example, to slow the game down. You've seen him sort of Why are we slowing the game down?
Mm,
Especially against those low blocks teams, I don't really get the, and then he sort of says, okay, we start hemorrhaging goals. So he starts to play a more boring style and just clogs up the midfield, puts,
yeah.
Gravenberg, I mean, God, I mean, look, I love the physicality of the guy. I love his progression with the ball when it's at his feet, but the guy can't pass. He can't pass the ball. He just can't. And we need progressive passes in the midfield to free those guys at the front, to give them the ball quickly. He just slows the play down. We cannot slow the play down. Like you say, we're just
Mm,
a billion times better when the ball's being pinged around one touch,
yep. And
moving quickly, red arrows,
Curtis Jones is another one that
Yep,
whether they're playing to instruction,
they
they have
definitely
to be
are.
because there were three occasions when Jones had advanced because he started at right fullback
Mm.
and on the edge, the corner of the penalty area, two players were available in shooting positions,
Yep,
but
and he
he
cuts
held
back.
on to it
Yeah,
and fed it back out wide to
I
Mo
know,
again.
I know.
And it's, come on.
We'll maintain position, and it's
Yeah.
like, it's like, ah. I don't know. Yeah, so that's for him to solve, mate, not for us. I mean, it's just
Oh, exactly.
all we're commenting on is what we see, right? And
Hmm.
what we see is not the style that I think is ever going to win us a Premier League. Although in the Champions League, man, who knows what's going to happen? That's the thing. Where the teams are coming at us, I think when teams want to play football against us, hey, man, we can play against anyone. So, God,
Well, and
we are that sort of club too, aren't we, mate? When we
all the
play shit.
naysayers that say, when I say, oh, we're still in the Champion League, oh, you haven't got a chance of winning that. I just go 2005,
2005.
shittest team ever to win the
Exactly.
Champions League.
And look at who we beat in the final, and on the way to the final. I mean, we beat perhaps the best Milan team of all time with
Yep.
three or four absolute crackerjack greats, world
Beat
class players.
beat Chelsea with a cracking goal. Who they
Oh, have you seen the replay of that one? Oh, just a few thousand times and still don't know whether it's a goal. I think I know
yeah.
it's not a goal, but hey, it was a goal. Got us there. No, you're exactly right. In the Champions League, that's what makes the Champions League great. That's why I love it. And God, we've had some good games in the Champions League, haven't we, in the
Yeah,
last
oh, absolutely.
last couple of
Um,
weeks?
yeah, I mean, people say, oh, but it was only Carabag, but they've
Mate,
beaten sides
they have.
on their way because they've qualified
Yeah.
and they're playing Spurs in
Yeah, they
the
are.
Newcastle in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
Newcastle. Newcastle's the only English team that didn't make it through, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
What about Spurs? And
should we
actually,
talk
no.
managers? Yeah,
Before we get to Spurs,
yeah,
our next league game
yeah,
next Monday morning, I think it
yeah, yeah.
is against Nottingham Forest.
Oh, that's right. Sean Dyche. Dyche.
So
No, it won't be him, will it?
it won't be Sean Dyche. No, it'll be the former Wolves boss who got sacked by Wolves, Vitor Pereira, who's just
Yep.
been appointed.
Yep.
But will there
If he
be
doesn't
a
get
bounce
sacked,
back?
if he doesn't get sacked in the week leading up,
Well,
because you never know. Marinakis could wake up with a bad case of hemorrhoids or something and just think, "Fuck it, I'm getting rid of this guy as well." Couldn't he?
yep.
You
I
just
think it must be a record, wouldn't it?
It
Four
is. It
managers
is.
in a
It is.
season.
Four permanent managers is the record.
I remember a year when Fulham had three.
Yeah.
Um,
And we're still in February. We've still
it
got
was
we've still got a few days to go,
there's room
mate.
to add. There's still plenty of room to
We
add to
could,
that.
we could get five. We could have
Yeah,
five. Maybe Marinakis will go, screw it. I'm going to manage the team.
yeah. I think the
Oh,
crowd to start off the game against Liverpool, Forest fans should all start chanting, "We want five. We want five."
exactly. We're not talking goals. We're
Yeah,
talking,
exactly.
we're talking managers. It's just
Um,
crazy. It's just crazy. What?
but they've got a really good team,
I know, but and it's
and
not
they
like the
played so
managers.
well last year.
It's not like the managers they hire are similar. It's not like there's a road they're going down. Oh, we'll play this guy. Well, they go from from Nuno to who plays. If you have sort of a left to right sort of thing, Nuno's sort of centrist, sort of slightly right, and then you go to Ange Postecoglou, who's far left, and then you
Yeah,
go to the other guy who's in the middle, sort of back up here, and now this other guy who's more far right than anything. The players must be like, okay, you want me to do what? I've got no idea. Who's our manager? They must be so confusing for the players. They do have a good side,
Yeah.
but how do you know what style you want to play when you don't know, when you turn up to work on Monday, who's going to be telling you which way to run?
And even though, yes, 4 of them were draws, they haven't lost in their last 5 games.
No, he hasn't done that badly, really, has he?
No.
Um,
The rumor is that the players didn't like his training sessions and the way
well, fair
he
enough. He
spoke
doesn't
to
allow them
people.
to wear snoods or
Yeah.
so.
Hey,
What are
if
you
you don't
talking
like
about?
the way I coach, then I'll just bugger off.
Get that bloody thing off your head. It's not cold. Look at me. I'm in my t-shirt and shorts. Harden up, boy. He's so Dyche is just a caricature, isn't he?
Yeah.
I
What'd
can't
you have for
believe it.
breakfast, boss? Oh, another broken glass.
Gravel,
Gravel.
side of road. Oh,
Yes.
mate, Nottingham
Anyway,
Forest, five
the
minutes, and
Nottingham
then
Forest, eh?
Tottenham, and let's go to Tottenham. What's going on at
Tottenham.
Tottenham? They got rid of
Oh,
Thomas Frank. I mean, Thomas Frank, he has done a pretty piss poor job this year, to be fair, but they've had injuries, so many injuries. Um, I feel a bit sorry for him, to be honest. What about you?
I totally feel for Thomas Frank. I mean, yes, he has had a lot of injuries, but the players that he's been entrusting to try and get them through have just
Yeah, they've let him down, eh?
they've let him down
Yeah,
big time.
yeah,
And I mean, some of their signings that they made are great signings, like Chevy Simons,
yeah.
the Dutch international, plays fantastic when he's got the orange shirt on.
Always going to take a little bit of time to assimilate to the Premier League, though. Look, it took Wirtz a
Oh,
while. It's going to take him a little while. And all the
yep,
players they buy are young players. I don't know whether you heard that Ange Postecoglou interview with the guys from the Rest is Football or whatever
oh, the overlap. Yes, I
the
did watch
overlap.
that. Yeah,
That was quite interesting, eh? Because he sort of said, and it was a really good insight because he said he basically knew that he was gone in February.
yeah,
That he, yet he managed the team the whole way and inspired them to get up for that thing, and then got the sack anyway. And you sort of think, well, why wouldn't you keep him there for the next year? It, you know, just changing all the time. I know how you can get a little bounce, but surely going the other way and just being consistent with your manager for a year or two, just a
yeah,
year or two, give him a chance. That is, I think that's what, when people say Liverpool aren't a second club, I think that's what they mean. We give managers a chance. We
yeah,
actually do give them a chance before we sack them. But we do sack them. Let's just to be clear, we do
yeah,
sack managers when they're doing a bad job. Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for him. But who are they getting in? Have they decided who they got
yep.
in yet?
They've
No,
they've
God on.
appointed an interim manager,
Oh yeah.
Igor Tudor, who's a
Oh yeah.
Croatian,
Oh,
and he's had 12 jobs in the last 11 years.
they got a tutor in. Was a Windsor
Yeah,
not available?
yeah. No, the Hanovers were unavailable as well.
Oh, good luck, Spurs. Good luck, Spurs. But there is a Spursy thing. It sounds like it really exists, and it actually exists at the club. The funniest thing about the Ange Postecoglou interview was when he said on the day of the Europa League final,
Yeah.
Daniel Levy came up to him. Daniel Levy comes up to him and goes, "This is the morning of the final," and he's trying to inspire us. He's already knowing he's getting sick. Comes up to him and goes, "How you feeling?" He goes, "Yeah, we're pretty positive." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "All your players look so calm." "Yeah, yeah. Well, I've worked to keep them, keep them calm. They're doing." Mate, I've been to about 6 or 7 finals. We've lost every single one of them. It's just
Yeah.
Daniel Levy. I'm like,
Yeah. And
way to inspire. Wait.
and under my ownership, we've been to 6 finals and we've lost every one of them, or 5 finals. Yeah. I
Way
cracked
to
up when he said that.
Way to inspire the team. I mean, just keep it to yourself, son.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of new managers, Liam Rosenior seems to be doing all right at
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah, they call him a cross between the guy from The Inbetweeners and David Brent, don't they? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's got a suitcase and his spectacles, and he's a
Yep.
little bit
Yep.
corny, but I don't know. I think they've got a young side there, and the players are obviously responding to what he says. They could be
Yeah.
scary. I don't know whether you saw that Cole Palmer miss the other day. I reckon
No, but
you could have scored it, mate. You could have,
oh,
and I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It was the one of the worst misses I've ever seen. Absolutely classic. I love it because he's always so casual.
no, he is. Yeah. We did get a good hat trick during the week,
He
although two
did.
of
He
them were
did.
penalties.
He did. Yeah, he's knocking in a few penalties, and now they're saying he should win the Ballon d'Or. I just can't believe that he was in that team of the year last year. What an absolute joke that was.
Yeah,
Mo Salah wasn't in the team, and they put Cole Palmer in. English bias. Anyway,
yep, quite right.
anyway, okay.
And another team that's under new stewardship at the moment is our good friends across the Pennines at Old Trafford.
Oh, Old Trafford. Trafford.
Yes.
Yeah. Michael Carrick, he's doing well, isn't he?
Yep. Poor lad couldn't get a haircut though.
No, it's worrying when a YouTuber says he won't cut his hair. It becomes a bigger story than basically Manchester United, isn't it? It's a bit worrying. I mean, they have turned into a joke of a club that it becomes that when they do win a few games together, everyone just loses their shit. Come on, man!
Mm.
They're supposed to be one of the biggest clubs in the world. They've just been, and their owner has just made some absolutely atrocious comments.
Oh, he made a dick of himself, didn't he?
I mean,
Jim
we all
Ratcliffe.
knew he
What a
probably said all that shit anyway, but
yeah.
well, we didn't know. We suspected, and now we know. Yeah, I'm never ever going to feel sorry for Manchester United
Mm.
ever, ever. Sorry,
I
I'm
think
just not. We lived through the '90s, mate. We lived through the '90s and the early noughties. And what?
Yeah, I think if Jim Ratcliffe gets taken to court with that, I think he's going to get Pam Bondi to represent him.
What about the stock market, mate? What about
The Dow's over $50,000.
it? Stop
Anyway,
laughing. Stop laughing.
yes,
Should we stay on just football? What about local football just quickly? The Phoenix, a couple of signings, couple of good signings in the
yes, some
last.
very good signings. Picked up a couple of All Whites and Bill Tuiloma from America, and Sarpreet Singh is
Yeah, that
back.
was a surprise, wasn't
He's
it?
on loan from his Serbian club till the end of the season, but he took a bit of a knock on the
Mm.
weekend and had to leave the field. So hopefully that's not too bad.
But
And
what I
they
like about
signed.
that, isn't it? Doesn't it just give the club a lift, and
Oh,
the
absolutely. Yeah.
supporters are like, oh yay, we got something to cheer, even if it's not going well on the field. They just feel like shit, we've got a team now we
Yep.
can actually get behind, a few names we know. I just think make some signings sometimes. It just breathes life back to the club, and it's actually almost translated on the field too. They're playing a
Yeah.
lot better, aren't they?
Yep. And they also signed a lad from Hearts in Scotland, a
Yep.
Norwegian lad. I can't remember his first name, but Khartoum
Hmm.
was his second name, and he hasn't played a lot for Hearts, but yeah, so he's signed on loan until the end of the season, and it's the big derby this
It
week:
is. It is.
Auckland FC against the Phoenix in
Yeah,
Wellington.
down
So
down your part of the country.
that'll be a cracking
Are you
game.
going to go to that game?
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah. We've yeah, just
Oh, you might have other
bit of-
plans, but if you are going to see it, you're going to see it from the best seats of the house. I'm sure the executive suite. Absolutely.
oh yes, well
Who,
we'll see about that.
but both the Phoenix and Auckland playing pretty good football. I actually quite enjoying the A League this year, and sitting okay on the table as well.
Yeah, well, Auckland is still up there. They're not. They've lost their top spot after a couple of losses, but
Yep.
they're still there or thereabouts. And the Phoenix, even though they're second bottom, they're still only 4 or 3 points away from the top six.
Mm,
So that bottom half of the table is pretty congested. And it was a good comeback on the weekend
it
against
was.
Western Sydney to get those 2 goals. Bill Tuiloma heavily involved in both of them.
Yeah.
With Eze getting the final touch.
Yeah, and for the Auckland side, Lockie Brooks playing some good football, and who's the young fella they might be losing to Scotland?
Oh,
He's pl-
Jesse Randall.
he's played some really good football
Mm.
lately in the
Oh, he's a
last
good
12
player.
months. Yeah, he is a
Yeah.
really good player. Looks like he might be off to, was it Dundee
It's
United?
Dundee or Dundee United. I can't
Yeah,
remember
one
which
of them.
one.
Yeah. Oh, well, that'd be
One of
good. That'd
those
be
two.
good. Get some exposure in Scottish football. Another
Yeah.
Kiwi over there.
Just on Kiwis playing in Scotland, Eli Just is having a great season for Motherwell.
Mm.
Um, he's leading their assists, and I think he's got quite a few goals too.
Oh, yeah, I saw him score against Celtic or Rangers, one of the
Mm.
two. Yeah, man, he's playing really well. He's got some gas, doesn't he? He's got
He's
some
got
gas. He's
gas.
got gas.
Yes, Hearts leading the Scottish Premiership.
It's a three-way battle now,
Yeah,
isn't it? With
although
Martin
they had a
O'Neill back at
bad
Martin
loss to
O'Neill.
Rangers overnight.
Oh, Hearts
Um,
did.
yeah, bad
Oh,
loss to Rangers, 4-2, which has closed it right up again.
mm,
Hearts did have a 6 point lead a
mm.
couple of weeks ago, and it's down to two now. So I'd love to see the Hearts get up,
Oh,
being a,
so would I. Any other team to break that two team
the
thing up there?
duopoly.
Yeah. And also, what about the World Cup, mate? The World Cup, it's coming up fast, and they've just announced their winner for the best movie, Melania. Apparently won
Yeah.
best FIFA movie this year. I haven't seen it, mate. Have you seen it? Looks
No, I
amazing.
haven't. Can't wait to though. Can't
Oh,
wait.
looks great.
I hear the
Apparently
box office numbers in the States have
fiddled.
been negatively shit.
Oh, I can't wait to see it, mate. I mean, I've heard there's quite a bit of sport in it, but never mind. I don't think there needs to be. Just a whole pile of cash heading your way.
Yes, quite right,
Best
quite
movie.
right.
Yeah.
So now your Mighty Warriors kicked off the season with a preseason game on the weekend. Didn't
They did,
quite go
mate.
to plan though.
Oh, come on, mate. It's preseason. It's preseason.
Preseason
It's just
scores
getting.
don't matter.
Yeah. Sea Eagles 33, Warriors 18. Ali Lauatau got a double, and now I'm just going to call this guy Ari because I'll give it an attempt. Harry Tauai Fifi Oatoi. I just call him Ari. Ari.
Harry, yeah.
Ari. He scored a great try, and Micaiah Taufa, a young fella I'd never seen before, scored a great try from dummy half, ran about 45 meters and beat half the team. Halftime was 16-10. That young fella I thought looked really good. And also Shannon Stowers Smith. He looks bigger and just powerful. He was ploughing it up the middle. Really liked the look of him. And the young guy that came in, his name's Pasakala, who came in for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, who's got a slight hamstring strain. He looked the business in the centres. Lots of young guys playing. Little dude Hansen at halfback looked good too. So many young guys coming through. I was a bit underwhelmed by our recruitment this year. We've recruited the guy from the UK, Morgan Gannon. We haven't had good news with a lot of the imports we've had from the UK before.
No.
Betts and Platt and Sam Tompkins, they've all sort of flattered to deceive. I didn't really think he played that well. I thought he was a little bit hesitant over the weekend, and he's just got a lot to prove. And also, we've signed Lockie Khan Pereira, who does have gas and who played in the Indigenous All Stars game yesterday. So those were really the only two big signings. But after watching some of the youth come through, man, in the second half, they were 20 points down. They brought on all these young guys, and they played so well. This guy, Kalis Fatialofa, never heard of him. Big guy in the at prop, but just so much power. Looks a little bit like oh god, I can't remember. Just a big, powerful upper unit, post contact meters with fast feet. Just really good. Watch out for him. And then also, all the guys. And then there was this guy Harry Inch as well, a guy from that we've signed from Rugby. Have you heard
Nelson
about
College,
from
yeah.
Nelson College? I was going to say from
Yeah.
after our talk with you and Blaney, a guy from your part of the world. He came on for the last 20 minutes and he looks so handy, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Glad
he's
to
a good
snap up.
rugby player.
Yeah.
I watched him a few times playing for Nelson College.
Yep.
A couple of seasons back. Yeah, a really good player, and I think the Crusaders tried to sign him as
They
well,
did.
but the Warriors beat them to it.
And of
So
course,
good luck to him, and he's
yeah. Of
hope he
course,
does
Simon
well.
Mannering, previously from the same sort of area. I mean,
Yep, yep.
if he can sort of live up to his lofty goals, and then of course all the young guys from last year that maybe got a start last year but didn't quite show, like Leka, of course, but Dimetric looked really fit. Ali Lauatawa scored that double. Laban Iramia Tuiava. But I'm still worried about the refs, though. I was watching that game on, so I was just like, "Oh, that's right. We've got to put up with the bloody Aussie refs." And Ashley Klein, he's just so obviously biased, mate. I'm really optimistic about this year, and I'm really optimistic about the next 3 years in particular. If we keep doing what we're doing Howard Matthews Cup in the reserve grade as well. bringing these young guys through as teenagers rather than them having to go over to Australia and go to school over there and learn. I know they learn a lot over there, but you think about, the players in the past, Sonny Bill Williams, etc., that just had to go over and learn their skills in Sydney. Now they can stay in Auckland
Yeah.
and stay at home and develop there and get a thing with the club. We can't keep them all, but we can
Mm.
keep the good ones, man. And we've got some really good young talent coming through. Really, really looking forward to this season. I think in the next 3 years, and you're going to be able to say you heard it here first, the next 3 years, the Warriors will win a premiership. I mean, I
Ooh.
always say it's our year. It's kind of
Yeah,
tongue
yeah.
in cheek. But in the next 3 years, we're going to win a premiership. I'll tell you that right now, man. We're going to do it. And I'll be able to die a happy man.
Well,
Um,
that would be fantastic. And a big announcement this morning, the worst kept secret in rugby league. There's going to
oh,
be a state
yes.
of origin game at Eden Park
End of
in
origin.
2027.
Mate against mate, state against state. Guys, bring a crate. Girls, bring a plate. The question I've got, what time's it kicking off? Has that been confirmed yet? Are they going to kick off at 9:30 or something?
Don't
Can't,
say
ima-
I wouldn't think so.
can't imagine the Eden Park residents will be happy about that. That was the whisper I heard. I just can't believe that they're going to kick off that late. I mean, they won't even let Metallica kick off that late. So,
Well, that would be 7:30 Australian time, wouldn't it? So
yeah.
they would want it in prime time in Australia, I would imagine.
So it'll be
If you
9:30.
follow the lead of this NFL game that's going to be played in Melbourne
Yeah.
in September, they're
Yeah.
talking about having it. It'll be kicking off at 10 o'clock in the morning to
That's
fit in
biz-
with the American television
Yeah.
networks.
Yeah. How bizarre, eh? Yeah, well, the Thriller in Manila was at 4 a.m., so wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
something. I mean, when there's world television audiences, I mean, it just shows you television's everything. So, yeah, I've got no idea, but mate, it'll be a hell of a thing. I just don't know how it's going to work. It's
yeah.
neat for them to talk about it, and they've been saying bring it over here for ages, but yeah, I mean, God, mate, I'm going to get along. Christ, I mean, I've been,
Our wonderful Prime Minister's claiming all the
oh, of course.
accolades
Yeah,
for
he'll
it,
be
you know.
wearing he'll be wearing a Queensland jersey because it's very popular. Uh, most New Zealanders will. I mean, I've always been a New South Wales fan, so I'd love to get along and
Me
wear a New
too.
South Wales jersey and get lots of ribbon from all those banana members and sort of have the last word as the Blues win in the last minute and say see you later.
Yeah. Well, they've
Um,
had a state of origin game in America, haven't they?
they have a long
In
time
the
ago.
early days, and they've
That
had.
wasn't actually one of the State of Origin matches. They just took the two
No, it
teams over
wasn't.
there and
But
played it.
yeah, and
But
they've obviously there was a hue and cry many years ago when they took one to Melbourne, and
that's right.
they've taken one to Perth, and
They
they've had a
have.
few games in Melbourne now. So
They have. And
yeah,
let's be honest, Auckland's more of a league city than Perth. Let's be
yeah,
honest. You know, it's more of a novelty. They have things on the week leading up. This is how the game's played. There's six
yeah,
tackles, and they kick it on the fifth, and when they did it, there's
mm,
a scrum. They had to explain all the idiosyncrasies of it. Mate, Perth league's a foreign sport, mind you. They are getting their new team shortly. So
they
the
are. Yeah,
Bears, the Perth Bears, coached by Mel Meninga, of course.
Melbourne, that's right. Yeah,
That's right. So they haven't had a lot of luck with their recruitment yet, but I don't know whether they're going to need to. I think if they do something similar to what the Dolphins did, sort of a lot of real workhorses and all that sort of thing, and then you just sprinkle it with a little bit of stardust, you'd never know what
yep,
could happen.
yep.
And then yesterday, of course, there was the Maori All Stars. I mentioned it earlier against the Indigenous All Stars. That was a 16-all draw. I don't know whether you saw any of the match yourself, mate. James Fisher Harris looked good in it. Good to see the fish back. Of course, there was the haka and the Maori, the Aboriginal dance and everything beforehand. That was really great to see. And in Hamilton as well, they had a really good
That's right. It
crowd
was
as
in
well.
Hamilton, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a really good crowd. 18,169 fans, which is a good crowd for a pre-season match. And the Preston Campbell Medal was won by Northcote Tigers old boy Keanu Kinney, who had 22 runs for 161 meters and broke 5 tackles in a dazzling display. So I'm all for that whenever a Northcote Tigers old boy wins any prize. So well done, Keanu.
Lovely.
And
Well done.
16 all,
Well
though. I
done.
thought they could have played Golden Point. I don't know what's going on there, but hey, if we were in
Oh well.
charge. Yeah.
Let's move to the other oval ball sport that's going
Code.
on that started at the moment. And before we go too much further,
Yeah.
we're probably going to do this back to front, but I want to talk Six Nations first and start with "O Flower of
No,
Scotland."
Scotland.
What a thumping win
Yeah,
over
mate. They were
England.
singing it for the last 20 minutes.
They were. It was absolutely fantastic.
They
I
warmed up the larynxes and yeah.
After I'd watched the Liverpool Brighton game, I didn't look up the score, so I still was watching it live, and oh, they just absolutely smashed them big
They
time.
did, eh? They
And
did.
and it's a shame because, as the commentators said, Scotland plays every country and other country in the world at rugby and loses,
Yeah.
but when they're opposing those white shirts of England, they just step up. It's a bit like Liverpool and Man United when they play each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Previous form goes out the door because just last week Scotland lost to Italy
Absolutely unbelievable, eh?
and then
Unbelievable.
turned it around, and they every now and then the cameras go on to the two coaches up in the stands,
Yeah.
and Gregor
Oh,
Townsend just had this wry smile on his face the
he
whole
did, didn't
game.
he? He did. He did. And it got bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
And you don't usually see that from him either.
no, you
Um,
don't.
oh no, mate, it was a marvelous performance. They were aided by a couple of yellow cards on the same
And a
player
red
who
card.
made a red card. But to be fair,
Yeah.
they both were bad fouls. So I mean,
Oh
we
yeah,
can't really complain about it. The laws of rugby. But man, they played some. Their backline play was like the All Blacks, mate. They were beautiful backline moves, just
their centre
slicing
Hugh
them.
Jones, who
Oh,
with a name like that probably should be
you
playing for
should be
Wales.
playing for Wales. Yeah, sure.
But he was outstanding and bagged a
Yeah,
couple of tries himself. And
yeah.
that charge down where he got the ball on halfway
Oh,
and just
what a
see you
what
later.
a charge! A drop goal right in front as well. When you score a try, when the Poms are having a drop goal, you're like, that's just a little bit sweeter, isn't it? Because it's a 10-point turnaround too, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always thought that though, when they're back in the pocket and the first five sort of wants to take that one step, I've always thought they're gettable. But that
Yeah.
was just beautifully conceived, and of
Oh,
course, no
absolutely.
fullback. They're up in the line. Yeah,
Mm,
he was just Gomberger, wasn't he? Nah, it was a fantastic win. Great to see. I
yep.
haven't seen any of the other results. I presume France beat Wales.
Oh, just only just.
Was it? Was 60
Only
points or something?
54 to 13.
Yeah. Poor old Wales. They're going through it.
Oh, they're on for
Yeah.
another wooden
Phew.
spoon, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ireland beat Italy, but it
Yeah.
wasn't a third, it was only 20 to 13, and Italy did actually score right on full time,
Yeah.
which could have leveled it up, but the try
Okay.
was disallowed.
Oh, really?
Um, and yeah, because if they'd tried being allowed and it was converted, it would have been 20 all.
Ah.
But yeah, so
So does that mean
54-12
France?
was
Are Ireland still unbeaten? No, they got beaten, didn't they, by
no, they got
France?
beaten by France last week.
So France are the only team now that can do the Grand Slam. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Um,
yes, you've got France on 10 points, both bonus point wins.
yep.
And then you got Scotland, England, Italy, Ireland, all on 6, 5, or 4,
Yeah.
and Wales with a big donut.
All right. Poor Wales.
And
Save the
Super Rugby
Wales.
kicked off in the middle of
Yeah,
summer.
it did. But before we
All,
get to that, we got to talk about. Let's just talk about the All Black coaching thing because we haven't talked
oh,
about that.
yes.
Because you and
No, we
I
haven't
haven't had a
talked.
chat about that. Razor Burgers. You and I. Look, we weren't happy with some of the results on that Northern tour,
Hmm,
were we? But I thought
no,
his record was perfectly acceptable. I thought there was quite a bit of rhetoric coming from a few journalists and a few people out there, and I don't know what's going on in the background or anything like that. But what's your take, man? I mean, I know you're a Razor fan, but what's your take on how it happened? Probably more, the way it sort of. Obviously, they did the player things, they did the interviews, and then it just sort of came out of the blue, didn't it? And
hmm,
and they almost threw Artie under the bus, if you ask
yeah.
me. What are your thoughts on it?
I am. yeah, I'm pretty disgusted actually the way that he's been handled,
Hmm.
and the whole thing. Um, Razor is unique in his coaching style, the way he lives his life,
His haircut,
his yeah,
everything. That's
his haircut,
he doesn't
breakdancing after a
care,
win.
does he? He doesn't care what others
He's
think.
not.
Almost, it's like
He's just not your stereotypical
no,
rugby coach, and I
yeah,
just think that.
that was hard
And
for
you
some
read
people to accept.
reports from even the Crusaders players that said he was different when he became the Auckland coach, the All
No,
Black
the All
coach.
Black coach, yeah.
And that to me sounded like Razor thinking, oh, this is the All Blacks. I better try and be a bit more
Oh,
serious
better put the
and,
tie on.
yeah, better put the
Yeah,
tie on
yeah.
and try and speak properly in interviews and, get rid of the breakdancing and, no silliness at training. And
Mm,
that it just threw a lot of people, including
mm,
probably himself.
mm.
And what it actually needed from the rugby union was somebody like David Kirk or I don't know, anybody to just go up and put their arm around him and say, look,
Be yourself.
stop trying to be somebody else and just be
Mm,
yourself,
mm,
run your sessions. And I think and I've heard this from people in Christchurch and Canterbury, that when he was running the Crusaders, he was more like a football manager,
mm,
like oversaw things and the likes of Jason Ryan and Brad Moore and Steve and Scott Hansen, they ran the trainings.
mm.
They did the drills. They put them, Jason Ryan put the forwards through their work and Scotty Hansen looked after the backs and
But
Brad
isn't
Moore
that
looked
what
after the
Ted did?
defence.
Isn't that what Ted did with the All
Well,
Blacks?
yeah,
Almost,
but Ted was a bit
especially.
different. He was more your straight up and down schoolmaster,
Yeah, I
and
suppose
he'd always been like that.
Yeah, I
Yet
suppose that's
Scott the
true.
Surfy is, you
Yeah,
know,
that's true. That's true.
and
Yeah.
that's why I think there's
It's
been,
authenticity, isn't it? I mean, and
yeah,
that's the thing. And because he's different, that is his authenticity. His
yeah,
authenticity is his difference. And he almost felt like he couldn't give that to the All Blacks because
mm,
he wouldn't be respected, or he wouldn't, or maybe he was just trying to please too many people. Maybe he
well,
was trying to
there's that too,
please,
yeah,
and he just should have probably just pleased himself and just done it his way and said, no,
yep,
I'm going to do it my way. It's sad. Look, the guy's not going to be without a job. He's going to get a job.
no,
He's going to be well paid. He's going to. I just think it's really sad the way it was handled.
yeah,
And what about the player stuff? What do you think about that? The way that they almost said, oh well, we spoke to Artie Savia. I could not believe they mentioned his name. Quite
yeah.
frankly, I don't know who first mentioned it. They have a debrief after all tours. They always go
Every
through
year they have a review.
and bringing up that the first thing they do when they do those with players, I've spoken to players about this, the first thing they do is say this is 100% confidential, this will
Mm,
never go anywhere. This went somewhere, man. I mean,
yeah,
they made a change and then they almost said, well, we had to because the players told us, and you're like, what? I mean, if I was a player, I'd be a bit pissed about that. I mean,
yeah.
not even if you didn't like the coach, even if you didn't like the coach.
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
It's not about liking the coach. It's about
yeah,
this was my opinion. I gave it to you in confidence, and now it's out in the bloody public eye, and everyone thinks I'm the bad guy.
yeah.
I don't know. I just think that was it looked bad for me. I mean, and David Kirk's not a stupid guy. He's a very
No,
smart
he's
guy.
not. Yeah,
So it's for me, I just sort of start thinking, well, that's done deliberately. It has to be because he's
yeah.
not that dumb. So I don't know. It's just a
Because
weird.
purely, if you're just looking at results, he won 20 out of 27 tests.
I know, I know. And the ones he lost were against South Africa, England. They weren't against smaller nations.
Yeah. Well, he had
Um,
one loss against Argentina,
he
but
had the terrible loss against South Africa. You went to
yeah,
that game. You were at that game, weren't you?
I was.
And the All Blacks have never lost like that against South Africa. But you've got to put it into context. It was a year out from after a World Cup, so we were rebuilding, or 2 years.
Second year.
Second year. Um, it was his first year as an All Black, so he
No,
was
second year.
second year, but he's building something, right?
Yeah.
But but it was out of competition. It's like it was what with a championship, but it doesn't mean shit. He's been told I'm working towards a World Cup, so I'm
Mm,
building a side. I've got to try things on the in the way. I didn't blame that loss 100% on him.
no.
There were selection problems. There were, but surely his end game is the World Cup. And he might probably thought, well, in 3 years or 2.5 years, if I win the World Cup, no one's going to ever remember this. And that's probably right. But he never even got there, never even got the chance to do it. You know,
Exactly.
so yeah, it's really, really tough. And I also think, I go back to your previous point when you were saying he's a unique individual. I honestly believe that there are people our age, we don't have a problem with it, but there are people our age and above who do have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And you and I could probably name half a dozen of them right now, but we're not
Yeah.
going to do that.
No, we're not going to
That
do
we
that.
know, ex-journalists and all sorts of that just didn't like him because they thought he was a bit stupid and a bit dumb and a bit weird.
Yeah.
He's not your normal. And that's
Oh, he
probably
won't break. He won't be breakdancing after that loss.
exactly, and almost taking a little bit of pleasure in it.
Yeah.
Like those people took pleasure when Fozzie lost his job too. Or,
Yeah.
it's like, can we not just all get on board and sort of say, we're trying to get the best coach for the All Blacks and we all love the
Yeah.
All Blacks, so let's just go in the same direction? No, we can't because it's my team. Has to remain rugby. There's never been a gay All Black and there never fucking will be. Gays aren't All Blacks. It's like that. It's
Yeah.
like, just get with the plan, mate. It's 2025.
Yep.
People are different, and but no, they'll die that way. So fair enough.
Yep. And there's two very important jobs in New Zealand rugby still to be filled. One is
Yeah.
the coach, and the
Mhm.
other is the CEO. There was rumours going around that they'd tried to get Sean
Sean
Marks
Marks. Yeah.
along, but that rumour died away as quickly as it rose up.
As soon as he said, "What are you going to pay me?" and they went,
Yeah.
I get that a week where I am at the moment. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
so he obviously, unless he's, I don't know,
uh,
unless he said wait till the end of the basketball season.
maybe. I suppose we'll find out, won't
Yeah,
we? But
and
the
there was
coach
one other name I'd heard rumored around, and I just can't for the life of me remember who it was, but it was a prominent sporting administrator.
was it a New Zealander?
Can't even remember
All
that.
right. Who do you think's going to be coach then?
Oh, it's Jamie.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? It hasn't been announced,
Yep.
but yeah, I don't
No,
think it's much of a secret already. I mean, he's
rumor is it's
definitely
being announced
the
this week,
inside favourite. Yeah, yeah.
so we'll yeah, and he'll be good.
Oh, of course he will be.
He fits the pattern of the stereotypical gruff All Blacks
The
coach.
old guys will love him, won't they?
Yeah,
That's the sort of guy, the guy that stands on an English ankle, hanging outside a ruck. Remember when he did
yeah,
that?
yeah,
We all loved a little bit of Jamie Joseph when he was a blindside blanket
yeah.
with the All Blacks. Oh, he was a little
A
bit of
good.
he had a bit of cowboy shore about him, didn't
He did,
he?
didn't he?
He was a
Yeah,
bit of a dirty bastard.
he was your stereotypical
He's All Black
played
number
right to
six.
the edge.
He
Jamie
was.
Joseph, number
He
six.
he definitely
Um,
was.
yep, and
Yeah.
we've had plenty of those all the way up to Jerry Collins
Oh,
and
of course we have. Yeah, of
Mark
course we have.
Shaw, Cowboy
Yeah,
Shaw.
yeah. Not too many nowadays. I mean,
No, there's not too many
you're just not
nowadays.
allowed. You just don't get
Timmy
it.
Finau would probably
Yeah,
be the
maybe
closest.
Artie Savia can be, but he's more violent
Yep.
in the tackle or violent in the. It's a different sort of violence, I guess, these days.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting though, isn't it? They sanitize
sure
the
is.
game somewhat, but yeah. So there you go.
Yes, quite
Now let's
right.
look at the Super Rugby. Of course, first round of Super Rugby. Let's talk a little bit of that. I didn't
Yes,
watch
well,
a lot of it, so
The Crusaders made 693 errors in losing to the Highlanders on Friday night. That was that buggered up me
your
multi.
multi. Yeah, I bet it did. I bet it did. And the
Um,
Blues didn't go much better.
no, but in saying that, the Highlanders I thought played really well,
They did.
and couple of interesting looking new players to come out of that.
I thought you were going to say
The
new crowd. The crowd looked
well,
fairly interesting too, didn't it?
yeah,
Some of
the zoo.
some of those kids in that zoo zone. When I say kids, mate, I'm sure we looked older back in. Some of those they looked like 12-year-olds,
12
like
and
11.
13, yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're like, what's going on? Kids are drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah, the zoo. I thought it was only half full. Well, we'll fill it up. Give them free tickets. What are you doing?
yeah,
Anyway.
exactly.
Yeah, no, I thought they played well. The Highlanders played well, didn't they? And the Crusaders basically made it easier for them by playing
Yes,
quite
I
rough.
like the look of that first five. Miller, he
And
um, he played really well, I thought, and
yeah,
Big Jim at second five, Tava Nawai,
yeah,
and the boy Tangitau, he's got some gas,
yes.
real gas.
He has. He has. He's the guy with the Eminem haircut.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean Shay Fihaki, the Crusaders fullback, he's not
yeah.
slow,
No,
and
he
Tangitau
just
went around him like he was
like he
walking.
like he was on a travelator. It was like,
Yeah,
whew, I'm gone. No,
yeah.
mate, he's quick. He's quick.
And
It's
I've
nice
not
to
seen
see.
much of the. I've only seen highlights of the Blues Chiefs game, but
Yeah,
looks like the Chiefs pretty much had it under control
they did.
most of the way.
It was nip and tuck, but it was more of a defensive game. Wasn't much watching really. I mean, I was hoping that,
What was it,
pre
5-all at halftime?
yeah, exactly. You're hoping like preseason they'll be chucking it around and trying to. It was just they just wanted to smash each other. It looked like to me, which some people like that sort of, But first round of Super Rugby, come on, the weather's fine, throw it around.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a defensive. Look, that was probably the Chiefs' game plan. To be honest, they tried to make it that way. They tried to close it all down, and the Blues have lost a few players from their back line as well. So yeah, I thought Caleb Clark looked good. I had to laugh when Grant Nisbet called him a Ronnie Clark when he ran down the wing at one stage. A Ronnie Clark, and then and I thought, is he going to say anything about it, or is any of his co-coms? No, Mills didn't say anything about it, and then. To his credit, he came back and sort of said, "Oh, I was back in 1994 there for a second," or something like that. I was like, "Good on you, Grant. You have to own it, eh? You have to
oh,
own it." So,
absolutely,
so well done, Grant Nisbet, on that one.
absolutely, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I've actually, believe it or not, I've actually watched some of the T20 World Cup.
So have I, believe it or not, as well.
Yeah,
It might be because our team's going so good
well,
until
there is that.
yesterday.
Yeah, we did get thrashed by South Africa,
We
but
did, but
the first two games were really good. The
they were.
Afghanistan game,
They were.
when we
It
were
was
chasing
explosive.
183, and we
That was
were
an explosive game, that Afghanistan
yeah,
game.
and we were 14 for two
I know.
when Allen and Ravindra out in consecutive balls. I thought, oh,
Yeah.
crikey,
Yep. Yeah.
this
Could be
isn't looking
tricky.
good. But then
Yeah.
we pretty much cruised
Yeah.
after that with who was it? The Glenn Phillips and
Seifert.
Tim Seifert,
Yep.
and
Seifert's
then
been in great form.
yeah, Daryl Mitchell just came in and finished it off.
So that's it. Yeah.
He's
See, oh,
he's
mate,
having a great year, isn't he?
he's in best career best form by miles. I think he's the number one day
Yeah,
batter at the moment. You think he's 11th in the T20, and he's not bad in tests either, is he, mate? He's
yeah,
he's doing bloody well.
yeah.
And he's got his dad's haircut to match. I mean, it's a pity we can't see it when he goes out to bat. I'd love to see a nice ball dome out there in the middle. But
Yeah.
no, he's just and he some of the shots he plays are just bloody ridiculous. I mean, you just wouldn't see them back in our day, would you? I mean, some of these reverse cut sixes and the little flips above the head and the footwork required, and when it's coming
Yeah.
down that, just you don't want to get it wrong.
I don't know if you
Um,
saw the coverage during the New Zealand Afghanistan game.
yeah,
They showed some coverage of Glenn Phillips batting left-handed in the nets.
no, I didn't see that.
He just looked like a natural left-hander.
Ridiculous. Yeah, he's a
Oh,
ridiculous
just the
athlete.
skills of some of these guys
Uh,
is
I saw
just
this
unbelievable.
boundary he solved where he solved boundary he solved. I solved the boundary where he saved when he must have dived about 20 meters from the ball. It was,
Yeah,
it was like, mate, you are just ridiculously athletic.
yeah.
Some of the catches they make these days too in the T20s. Look, it is hit and giggle. I won't remember
Mm.
who's won it unless we win it. Let's
Oh
be
no,
honest. Unless
exactly.
we win it. And then of course we got the world record opening partnership in the next game. Seifert
Yeah, yeah.
and Finn Allen
Seifert
just
and
going
Allen.
absolutely ballistic. Lose to South Africa. But perhaps the best game was the
Oh,
Zimbabwe Australia game. Oh my God, that was hilarious.
yep.
Australia going down to Zimbabwe. I was thinking, shit, was Heath Street playing, mate? I bet if who
They've
was playing in this one? Oh,
Heath
Henry
Street
Alonga.
reincarnated.
Henry. They bring Edo Brandes out of his chicken farm.
Yeah.
What's going on? They lost to Zimbabwe. I don't care what sort of cricket it is. If Australia lose to Zimbabwe, I'm having a beer or two, mate. That's
Yep.
that's
How was how was that
hilarious.
Afghanistan South Africa game though?
Oh, I know.
Two super overs, but in the last at the end of the 20 overs, Afghanistan
They did.
had it in the bag,
Yeah.
and they just blocked out the third to last ball when they only needed what 2 runs.
Yeah, 2 runs. You got
And then they got 1 run or
yeah,
something, and then
what are you doing?
all he needed to do was just
Mate, when it's a
get
super
bat
over,
on ball for the last ball,
yeah, here's a little bit of
and
a key. When it's a
blew it.
super over, don't wait. You've only got 6 fucking balls. You can't go, well, I'll block this one out. I got the next one. Mate, they're running out. Oh, man, it was crazy. But right result in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's nip and tuck. Who's South Africa, Australia out of the T20 World Cup yet, or have we got some
Not
results
yet,
there? Or?
but they probably will be.
I think if they lose to Sri Lanka, I think that's might
Yeah,
be what they have to do.
let's have a look at the
Yeah, let's
tables.
have a look at the. Let's go to the table.
Let's go to the tables.
Let's go to the table.
Yes, they've still got to play Sri Lanka.
Yep.
They beat Ireland. Oh, they could lose. They could get beaten by Oman,
Mm.
who have got who haven't won a game and have got a net run rate of minus 4.546.
Oh man, oh man.
Oh man, indeed. Yes, Australia, Sri Lanka tomorrow. Actually,
Yeah. Okay. That's something to watch early in
Tuesday.
the morning tomorrow.
Yep.
What time does that
And,
start? Well, is that like like
we
10
play
o'clock?
tonight. I think
Oh,
no, we play tomorrow as well. 6:30
okay.
p.m. for us,
6:30
and
p.m. tomorrow night. Okay. That's required
Tuesday
viewing.
night,
And who
New
are we
Zealand
playing? Who
versus
are we playing in that one, please?
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yep,
Oh, well, I hope they're polite. They're
I'm for
polite.
sure they will be.
Yeah. And yeah. It's a pity the USA aren't there, eh?
It is.
What a
Sure.
pity.
Such a shame. Well, they are
Yeah.
there actually.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Are they all Indians? I bet you they're all Indians.
And Corey Anderson.
Yeah, Corey Anderson. Of course, because he's got an American name. So,
Yeah,
Corey, you know.
Corey.
We got Corey.
He actually is. He can.
He's probably
um
Captain. Is he Captain America?
he's Captain America.
He goes, fuck the pads and stuff. I'm coming out with a shield.
Yeah, quite right.
Uh,
Actually, I don't think he's playing in this tournament. I think he might
oh,
have got
no,
injured.
that's not fair. Oh, he's
Mm.
probably injured. That'd be right,
But
wouldn't
yeah,
it?
lots
He
of
was
good
always
American,
injured.
lots of good American names in the USA
Yeah, I'll
side.
bet
Like
there is. Yeah, Sharma.
Jahangir, Patel,
Yep,
Kumar,
yep.
Ranjani, Krishnamurti, Singh, Mosen, and Van Skolkwyk.
And then there's Tom Brady playing quarterback, of course. There's and Corey Anderson. Yeah, we got to.
Yes,
Oh, hilarious.
quite right
Okay,
indeed.
well, T20 World Cup ongoing.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. Well, that I don't think we've got too much else more to
No,
talk about. We talked a bit about baseball at the top of the show,
we did,
so
we did.
covered that off. And yeah, hopefully, well, no, not hopefully at all. We will have a magnificent interview subject lined up
Yes.
for our next Hot Air Glory Days interview. And we look forward to bringing that to you in the very near future. So
Yes. Please like,
that is-
subscribe, do all that beautiful stuff. We need likes, we need subscriptions, we need. Hey, if you want to join our membership, there's a limited time offer. Just use the code MacAaron at the hotairsportspodcast.com. I may or may not be telling the truth on that one, but anyway, we'll get onto it. Okay, we got all sorts of merch
We
on the
will.
way, and hey, if you like our smiling faces, please, and you want more, we've got a whole back catalogue, haven't we, Macca? Back
We
catalogue.
certainly do.
We give you
All
our
available on
favorite,
YouTube.
TV movies. We've got no, TV movies, our favorite TV sports movies. We've got our top 10 athletes of all time, our best Olympians of all time, and that's going way back into the distant past, at least maybe 2020 when we first started this whole thing during COVID. So please go back on those, like them, subscribe them. You only need to subscribe once if you're new to this. But yeah, we'd love you to be a fan of the show. Sign
Quite
up
right.
today.
Quite
Sign
right.
up today.
And that's a goodbye from me.
And send me Bitcoin.
And the Dow is over 50,000.